My good friend Marla invited me to go hunting deep in the Montana woods to distract me. I grew up in this shade. Before my dad passed away, we often come here to practice getting lost, watching the cancer spread and take his life. Now it's back to converge. Mood is a bit complicated, but Marla and his friends had no idea. I know they just want me to get back to normal sooner. Life, so I didn't refuse. This time, there are a total of 6 people traveling. Colin David, Marla his sister Cortana, and a girl we don't know very well, Zhao Fu. I sat in the back row chatting with Zhao Na. If it weren't for Marla, I don't know what will happen now. He is not just my sister, and my best friend. Mara always overcomes any difficulty, without blinking an eye. He's really good. But when I got to the hunting area, I realized there's a lot going on inside Marla. Krillin shoots everyone. We'll be hunting together for the next few hours. Then we will meet near the Abbey Camp B&B in the Zhao Fu. Combine. Everyone is meaningless, but I don't think Marla is listening. He was busy trying to figure out how to load a gun. What can I do for you? I took the gun out of his hand and said, when was the last time you went hunting? He was embarrassed to admit that it had been several years. Said he was rusty. His friend Zhao Fu is no better. This makes me a little hesitant. Do you want to go into the forest with them? I'll go with you. David said to the little man. I can see he's picking up bright sets. I decided to turn my attention to the woods. There should be a lot of wild animals in the depths. Cortana says we follow the tracks left by animals. Walking down the path together. Watch out for the crushed grass and falling leaves under your feet. David and Colin are behind us. Zhao Fu and Malala at the end. In the next half hour, we went deep into the forest with Zhao Jing. Try to keep quiet. Finally, we come to a high ground. Colin heard a voice telling us to be careful. I knelt down to try to see what was going on around me. There's a big moose. David said. He was standing about 60 yards in front of us in 2 large trees. Eat grass between. Hard to hit. However, the little man still started to aim and prepare to shoot. I stood up and grabbed the barrel of the gun. Attempt to stop him. And he did. It was chaos. I jumped from the barrel, so as not to hurt your hands. Endure not to scold him. But David was not so lucky. He took a deep breath. We turned around, saw the bullet go straight through his chest. God, get him back in the car. Zhao Da shouted. David fell to the ground in agony. Blood gushed from the wound. He's trying to cover his wounds. The nearest hospital is an hour away. Do you think we can improve it? Colleen shouted. I looked at my phone. I want to see if there is any signal. Zhao Bu stared at everything in front of him, breathing fast. I can't go to jail. I have a bright future. It was an accident. He cried and said, Shut up. No one's dying here. I'm trying to get my brain working as I speak. David put his hat on the wound to stop the bleeding, but it doesn't look good. Marla doesn't take into account the opinions of others. Took a gun from Zhao Fu's car without authorization. Points to the answer. We haven't had time to say a word. And he did. This time our friend died. Are you crazy? You killed him? Cried Colin. It was an accident, and we can be sure. It must be too late to get to the hospital. Instead of watching him bleed to death, might as well help him out. His voice was calm and rational. So, your solution is to make the choice for him, who agreed with you to make a decision and implement it. I asked in surprise. It's the only way. Now we either agree. Say it was an accident, report it like this, or go to jail for complicity in murder. He said coldly, Are you crazy? Zhao Na shouted. The rest of the people were stunned. After a tense long silence, Colin reluctantly agreed. Burn his body and dispose of the gun. No need for anyone to find him. Malaming leadership. We are all afraid of his attitude. To dare not argue. An hour later, it's pouring rain. We can't find our way back to the car. Clin and Zhao Fu are arguing. Zhao Na and I can't keep up. His sister Marla goes it alone. Did not speak. Still angry. Because we didn't burn David's body. We all felt uncomfortable being around Mara. I don't know if he will take it next. We cut. Finally got to the back of the car. We have a new problem. It's over. David has the key. Colin reacted angrily. You just remembered. Marali social camp. It's not because I saw you kill someone. I'm out of my mind. Didn't think so much. He growled. Marla immediately picked up the gun and pointed it at Curry. I'm really annoyed that you keep saying I killed people. It was an accident. I just helped him out. I'm right behind Mara. I'm stunned. Colin took a step back. I just wanted to say, if we try to take him to the hospital, none of this would have happened. Marla's response was, shot the ground at his feet. If you say that again, we will soon encounter another accident. Mara warns. Are you crazy? If we don't listen to you, are you going to delete us all? Have you got it, Zhao Fudao? If things come to that point, I might do that. I don't understand what we're delaying. David is dead. We can't change the past. Why make a small mistake? Just mess up other people's lives too. You're the only one in a mess here. Zhao Na said to his sister. The conflict between the two is imminent. At one point, I thought Marla would kill my sister too. Sister, are you going to kill me too? What are you at risk? Seeing the hesitation of the other party's short child, Zhao Na takes action immediately. He grabs his sister. The two fell on the road to history and scuffled. The gun was thrown out of Mara's hand. Colin grabbed a gun. Shoot into the air. Used all the bullets. Now you have to listen to us. So he says. Marla was grudgingly placed in the back of the car. Fu and Colin went looking for David's body. I thought it would be over as soon as I got the key. We will report this crazy thing to the police. Then finally get out of it. What I didn't expect was, Colin came back with other plans. He forced Mara out of the car, and he drove off. I realized as I walked down the road. He was going to leave Mara there. We called the police that he and David were missing. The rest of us were never on this trip. You know what? We have to agree. That never happened. So he takes all the responsibility. Colin said that despite feeling guilty, we all expressed our understanding. We are in silence. Drive to the nearest paramedic. Then go back to town. Anklin's statement alerted the police. About 3 days later, they found David's body and concluded that it was a murder. But the police never played with him. But I hope he didn't actually get away with it. Because if he did escape, I'm pretty sure he'll find us. Continue in his hands. If you like this story, please click like. If you don't like this story, please click subscribe to the channel to watch the next videos. Thank you.